Topic 1. Quick summary, 3 to 4 lines. President Trump issued hardline threats to Iran while a 45-day ceasefire proposal is being discussed, creating mixed and confusing signals. A near-disastrous U.S. rescue mission and an Iranian strike on Kuwait's oil infrastructure raised military and energy risks. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon warned that a prolonged war with Iran could push the global economy toward recession or stagflation. Full details, listener-friendly delivery. Trump's hardline warnings and mixed signals. President Trump threatened to attack Iranian firepower and civilian infrastructure, power plants, bridges, etc., if the Strait of Hormuz is not reopened, setting a Tuesday night Eastern deadline. At the same time, the administration has been discussing mediation options, including a 45-day ceasefire proposal, but Trump has said, "Only I decide ceasefires," and has not signed any formal agreement, producing conflicting messages. Progress on a 45-day ceasefire and Iran's response. Reports indicate that the US, Iran, and regional mediators are negotiating a short-term, 45-day pause, but the White House characterized it as just one option among many. Iran rejected immediate reopening of the strait in exchange for a temporary pause, refusing to make final concessions and pushing back against pressure. Investor and market unease. With the strait effectively constrained, oil prices surged and became volatile, and investors repositioned for two extreme scenarios: ceasefire or military escalation, boosting market volatility. OPEC Plus agreed to a modest increase of about 206,000 barrels per day, but many see that as largely symbolic in a wartime context. Dramatic U.S. rescue operation. In a rescue of F-15E crew downed over Iran, roughly 100 U.S. Special Operations Forces were deployed. Two MC-130 transport aircraft became mechanically unable to take off, forcing commanders to bring in additional aircraft and complete the rescue in staged phases. Disabled aircraft on site were destroyed to prevent enemy capture. One U.S. service member was rescued. The operation succeeded but was extremely dangerous. Iranian regional retaliation. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps struck oil and petrochemical infrastructure in Kuwait, the UAE, Bahrain, and other locations using drones, causing significant damage to major oil fields, refineries, and public facilities in Kuwait, and amplifying concerns about global supply disruptions. Jamie Dimon's warning. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon cautioned that a prolonged war could lead to persistent inflation from energy and commodity shocks, prompting further central bank rate hikes and increasing the risk of recession or stagflation. He warned that the conflict risk could materially disrupt global economic order and supply chains. Bottom line, Trump's intense pressure on Iran coexists with a proposed 45-day ceasefire, leaving both diplomatic resolution and military escalation possible. Oil and financial markets face elevated volatility. The risky U.S. rescue highlights the human and military stakes. And major banking leadership warns of severe economic fallout if the conflict drags on. Topic 2. Quick summary, 3 to 4 lines. Oil prices spiked after President Trump's threats regarding the Strait of Hormuz and ongoing geopolitical risk kept crude elevated. U.S. crude premiums for Asia hit record levels, while gasoline and diesel prices jumped. National gas above $4 and San Francisco diesel over $8 Strategic stockpile releases and small OPEC Plus boosts provided limited relief. Full details, listener-friendly delivery. Immediate oil price jump after Trump's threats. Following Trump's warning to Iran that civilian infrastructure could be attacked if the strait remains closed, international crude prices rose sharply. Brent and WTI moved from around $110 and in some stretches approached $120 per barrel. Continued geopolitical risk kept prices high. Sustained supply shock from strait disruptions. Iranian attacks and control measures effectively curtailed traffic through the strait, creating